NBA basketball teams tonight's their opening night. The Sacramento Kings, 3,000 miles away, played their first game tonight. After the game, their coach, Mike Brown, was asked about the game and did not want to talk about the game. Instead, he wanted to talk about what's happening here in our city.
I'm walking over here and somebody says there was a mass shooting in Maine with 22 dead. If that doesn't touch anybody, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. That is absolutely disgusting, and it's sad. And it's sad that we sit here and watch this happen time after time after time after time, and nobody does anything about it. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. It's a sad day for our country. It's a sad day in this world. And until we decide to do something about it, the powers that be, this is going to keep happening. And our kids aren't going to be able to enjoy what the United States is about because we don't know how to fix a problem that's right in front of us.
It's the head coach.
So, Coach, nobody did it. What are we supposed to do about it? Let me tell you what we were supposed to do about it. There were supposed to be other grown men there with concealed carry Glock 19s, 17s, or the like to, in unison, address the situation. You see, just the presence of other good guys with viable good men with firearms mitigates and is an aversion to bad guys that have firearms. You have to fight fire with fire. What are we supposed to do about this, Coach? We're supposed to have the government snatch guns out of the hands of honest citizens? You see, I'm where you would call somewhere that has valuables, right? And this place would have got robbed and pillaged and pilfered over and over and over and over, except for there's a good guy here with a gun. So do you think if the government took my gun, do you think the bad guys who are going to come to pilfer or pillage or steal our products here, do you think, I can tell you what business this is, I really don't want to. I'm not really at home. I don't just have a fire extinguisher in the background of my house. I'm in a pretty important facility. I know I don't look like the most professional Rambo guard in the world, but the fact of my presence being here is an extreme aversion to this place being robbed again and again and again and again. So if the government takes my gun, do you think the bad guys that would rob this place would just be like, oh, we gotta abide by the same rules. Let's go fucking surrender our guns, man. So Big Daddy government's supposed to take everybody's guns so that in the future, Big Daddy government can take other people's rights. Oh, but you don't know about all that stuff. That's a different video, right? So he's saying, is this what America's about? How are our kids be able to enjoy what America's all about? What is America about, Coach? Playing Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto, where you get to shoot other people? Playing Duke Nukem, which was a first-person shooter? Play Grand Theft Auto, the video game, where you can run over prostitutes in the video game and take your money back that you paid them to have sex? Grand Theft Auto, where you can go on a killing spree and shoot up cops and stuff? So what about, I'm not saying this is right, but that guy shot up a bar, and he shot up a Walmart, okay? So we're not complaining that Walmart has like a monopoly on all the shit you have to buy for your house, made in China, all cheap as shit, with workers that don't give a shit to do their job right, to the point that they're having automated. See, that's a whole different video. Am I saying that Walmart should get shot up? Fuck no. Now, he shot up a nightclub and a bowling alley. That sucks for the bowlers. Shit, the fucking bars where people go to fornicate on their wives and cheat on their husbands. Okay, whatever. That's a different video. I'm not saying the mass shooter's justified. But what are we supposed to do about it, coach? The government's supposed to make more cops stand on the corner? Then when Trayvon, whatever his name is, and when George Floyd gets stomped to death, which I don't think was right at all, then you're gonna bitch about how much fucking cops there are, right? So in the future, when nobody has guns and the government's like, hey, you better believe in the Antichrist, you better get this jab in your arm. Oh, you don't believe that. Oh, you like the government. See, I don't trust the government. And the Second Amendment, you're talking about what America is about? What America is about. What the fuck have you done for this country, coach? My father was in the army, at least. What the fuck did you do? You see, because the Constitution of the United States says the Second Amendment should not be infringed. Oh, but times are changing, right? You guys, the Second Amendment wasn't placed as in the Constitution for skeet shooting, shooting beer cans, even for hunting food. It was specifically for when the government becomes a dick, they are think twice about becoming dicks. Just like bad guys think twice about becoming dicks to this fucking place and pillage, rob, and rape shit because somebody here that has the title of the good guy has a fucking gun. Sometimes you have to fight fire with fire. What America's about? Yes, coach. America's about all the men, all the people that guy killed should have had the right to be fucking armed from the get-go. They should have been able to answer that call. Now you can surmise and you can complain about how the crossfires of the good and the bad would have had multiple collateral damage, perhaps. But that guy had collateral damage as the power of God solely in his hands, as only the bad guy. Did that make sense? What America is about. Somebody has to do something about this. Well, America is about good guys having guns as a right to carry it constantly at all times. So America's about that so that somebody could do something about it. You just made yourself look pretty fucking idiotic. So you want the government to take everybody's fucking guns so everybody's supposed to play by the rules? What happens when the cartels start landing in this country like Hamas? Oh, you don't believe in that scenario. Everything's puppy dogs and rainbows. The government fucking over its people? That never happened. The 20th century was just it was made up. All that shit in the History Channel about the 20th century and the government enslaving its own people and forcing you to give up things for government resources and giving up things that you believe in. All that was all fucking made up, right? So let me answer your question. What is America about and who's doing anything about it? Well, this is a oxymoronic statement because some people were supposed to be armed and they could do something about it. Good guys can have guns too for bad guys, man, because bad guys are always going to tend to have some kind of weapon. They're always going to tend to have the upper hand because they strike first and they've been secretly planning, colluding, and plotting your demise. So there has to be enough good guys with equal or opposite firepower to answer the bad guys. So someone could have did something about it. And America is about owning guns. It's not about having the right to just play Grand Theft Auto and then not think that shit doesn't exist. It's not just having the right to go to bars and twerk your little ass and cheat on your husband or go to Walmart and buy all this bullshit made in China. That's our rights too. But originally, it was our rights to be frontiersmen, to have weapons, to defend ourselves against enemies foreign and domestic that you didn't contribute to at all. Now, tell me if I'm wrong, coach. Is anybody going to see this video? Do you have any family members? Have you served in the military? I didn't serve in the military. That would have gave America an unfair advantage. But my father did, and you get to dictate what the fuck this country is about when you arrived on the scene like 270 years late, because the Constitution says I should be able to have a firearm at all times. It's not supposed to be infringed. I'm a good guy, man, at least in this context. I don't want to go around shooting random people because that's cowardice. If I have a problem with somebody, I'd rather fist fight them, man. And back in the day, more men thought like that. So maybe you should teach your kids that's how things go, man. Maybe people should reiterate that we're all supposed to fight with our hands and with guns guard our lands. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't, because Big Daddy government's your friend. You're a liberal. You're virtue signaling. You want to get famous. You took this opportunity to capitalize with your fake tears. Like, what the fuck do you give a fuck about Maine, dude? In California, we don't even know that Maine existed. Like, it's a street. It's a fucking street in the Inland Empire, Main Street. Like, so you have to take this opportunity to virtue signal so that you can hopefully get on a talk show about being anti-guns because you didn't grow up with guns. I didn't grow up with guns either, man. I'm not trying to take somebody else's rights.